about.
Yeah. So as you guys are kind of making these discoveries, the rain is still going. It's patting down, and it's actually starting to rain harder. It's starting to get even harder to see. And you come across, you start along the path seeing these piles of ash. And then you can see streaks of burnt grass on the ground and trees that are, you actually come across at one point a tree that has been cleaved straight down the middle, almost as if scarred by lightning. What do you do?
This seems like bad omens, my dudes.
I mean, we haven't seen any lightning, so we should be okay, right?
Zuri's like in a trance. She's almost like not exactly trapped, but kind of trapped by these memories. Because she's just flashing through like all these different people's memories that like walk through this path. And that's also flashing like the lightning. So she's like really disoriented. And so she's not really saying anything. She's just like, but the images aren't quite making sense yet. And she's trying to piece it together. But she's kind of like stuck in this cycle right now, while trying to figure out what was the fate of the people that like ate these apples.
I think, Zuri, on your next bite from this magical metallic fruit, you actually get a flash. Because what I'm picturing is every image you're seeing is like somebody taking a bite out of the fruit. Like you just see like hundreds of, every bite you take, you see another person's experience eating the same fruit. So I think the next bite you take, you see somebody in your head. You have this memory of taking a bite of that apple, and then there's a flash of lightning, and you see the apple tumble out of your hand as you fall to the ground.
This actually happens real time, right?
No, it happens in your memory, in the image in your head.
Ooh, okay.
And you do drop the apple in real time, because that is a somewhat jarring image.
Jarring, yeah. I was going to say that. So yeah, she drops the apple, but she's like unable to speak because that was like a very overwhelming thing, and she's never experienced something like that before, obviously, because she's just a normal human girl. So that experience just kind of like left her like shaken. She just drops the apple, and like for a moment she's just like looking towards the group and trying to like speak, but she's kind of like just really confused about what just happened.
I think at that point there is a clap of thunder. What do you do, everybody?
Dr. Turtle is not a fan. They've experienced quite a few natural disasters in many places, and when they see signs of I guess decay like this, it generally doesn't end up well. So they turn to Zuri and they're like, "You sure there isn't another way, bruh?"
She like looks back at them, but she's still like not able to like she's still having a hard time speaking, so she's just opening her mouth and going and just like trying to point at the apple, because not only were there like flashes of images, but I think what was happening is that she was also feeling the feelings of each person who was taking the bite and their experiences. And for some of the people it was their last moments, so she's pretty like shaken right now, and like the thunder is going.
I do specifically think though that a lot of them were just like average, but this one specifically, like, you know, that person died.
Yeah.
Like they got struck by lightning.
Yeah. And it's like I felt that, like I felt it happen, so it's like jarring. So I'm just like pointing at, like trying to point at the apple, but I'm pretty like frozen, so I don't know if Dr. Turtle picks up on that at all, or thinks something is odd, or if he's too aloof to kind of just like pick up on something that's going on.
Hey, Dr. Turtle, I think I'm going to have you make a roll.
Okay.
Just go ahead and roll a d20.
You guys even get to hear the sound of the roll, too.
as a loud clap of thunder just like evades everyone's ears.
9.
Okay, so that is a tough choice. And what I was actually having you roll for is your composure as keeping Gareth at bay, basically. So imagining Dr. Turtle as a coping mechanism for Gareth, like Gareth has completely retreated. I think that this stressful situation would momentarily draw Gareth out. You want to go ahead and describe? I think the tough choice is you do succeed in pushing down Gareth, so they don't immediately surface. But the tough choice is either it's a telltale sign to the rest of the group that happened, like they all see Gareth for a moment too, or it is a very painful emotion.
Yeah, I think it's a painful emotion.
Awesome. Do you want to go ahead and just describe like that solo moment of Dr. Turtle having that flash of Gareth?
Yeah, so their throat begins to constrict, their heart begins to beat out of control. They feel like they can't breathe, and there's just a stream of thoughts that are continuously running through their head. Oh my God, where are we? What are we doing? I can't do this. What is happening? I don't understand. So there are just these thoughts that are rushing, and I don't know if everybody can really see it, but Dr. Turtle has basically frozen in their tracks.
So you chose, the experience was very like sudden, jarring, but then it's over as quickly as it happened. Because you do succeed in pushing Gareth down. Mm-hmm. And then immediately Dr. Turtle is back. But you do remember that moment.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, never had that happen before.
And I think in that moment, as Zori and Dr. Turtle turn toward the apple, and Zach, you're still kind of looking at the sky, and Gray, you're probably just still a little confused. You jar a little bit from the thunder. You all look up at the same time, and a crack of lightning juts down, and you see the silhouette of a form, of a massive humanoid lightning form. And that's where we're going to end our episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to another episode of A Game Called Quest. A Game Called Quest is an actual play audio drama podcast of the tabletop role-playing game Quest, created by T.C. Sodic. This podcast is a collaborative storytelling project where all of us work together to create the story that you then get to hear. Thanks, of course, to the amazing work of all 4 of my players, Manny, Brett, Ben, and Sue, to my amazing co-editor, Sean, and to the creative licensing agreements that allow us to use so many amazing sound effects and music for this podcast. Don't forget to support the podcast by sharing about it on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or by leaving us a review, particularly on iTunes. Right now, your willingness to support the podcast will also put you into the pool to win one of our 5 giveaway prizes. Woo! It's all very exciting. Thanks again to all of you who have listened, for helping us reach 2,000 downloads and 200 followers on Twitter. We are so glad to have you as a part of our community and can't wait to continue to share this story with you. As always, thank you for adventuring with us, and we look forward to having you again next time for A Game Called Quest.